Welcome to Lost in the Lakes, and today we're setting off late again. So we're going up a place I've been a couple of times before. This is where my tent blew open, my tent door, the zip burst on it. Also, I have been a couple of other times, and it's been really windy. I've had to bail back down. I've had to bail off this place twice. And I have had a successful camp up here when I took the Soulo. But today I've got the Enan. Not quite as strong as the Soulo, but still a fairly decent tent. You know, it's marketed as a 3-season tent. It's slightly milder today. It's still going to drop down to sort of 2 degrees overnight. I think we should be all right. So we're parked just down here. There's a little car park. Bassenthwaite Village is over there. This is Bassenthwaite. Just up there, you've got Withup, and where have we got Binsey over there? There was another one I was thinking of going to, but I thought I just want a nice quick one. We can see the snow line up at the top there. Not so much a snow line, but basically where the snow is. So I was also thinking of going up a little bit higher, depending on the weather. So we've got a few options. We can camp down in a little gill on a bit that I found once when I had to bail, and on the top as well, a little place called Watches. I would imagine it's probably called that because that's where the shepherd used to stand and watch his sheep. Looks like we've got a bit of farmer action going on as well. So there's a quad bike up at where we're going. So if the farmer asks, we're going up Ulloc Pike. On that note, just up there, that's the last wall. So we're going to be above last wall, and certainly out of the way of all these sheep. Going to be on top of there somewhere. Now obviously it all depends on what the weather's like when we get up and over there. When the tent blew open, you could hardly stand on top of there. So I really was pushing the limits of the Southern Cross one. Yeah, it's nothing like it today. But it's a funny one this, because even though it's low down, straight off the coast, bit of water there. When the sun sets, you can see the sea as well. All the sheep are up high here, so it's kind of good news weather-wise. They're not huddling down in a corner down there. Yeah, so now I've done a few sort of night walk-ups and stuff. Feeling a lot more confident at night in the fells. I know where I'm going, but I've got the sat nav. Just in case I decide to go up a little bit further. And we've got about 2 fields maybe to walk through before we can start looking at where we can camp. Obviously the farmer, these are farm fields, so it'd be lovely, a nice little outcrop up there. It'd be lovely to camp up there, but this is prime farmer field, so we don't want to be pissing off the local farmer through the first gate. Look at that view now already. Doesn't take much to get a view around here, because it's all quite low-lying land, so you don't have to get that high to get a view. And you can just see Binsey a bit better now, right there. You can actually see a light in the distance. And there's one up Binsey flashing away, whether it's someone walking up there going for a camp or someone walking down off, just going for a late walk. Just looking at the prevailing clouds that are coming in, these are looking fairly dark. Look at them things. So I was actually thinking of going a little bit higher than this. I think the conditions are probably not right for what I've got. I think I'll be fine, but the tent I've got is quite lightweight, so I don't really want to be going up there and having to bail when the conditions are like this. It'll be quite icy up there today. I think so. You can still see a bit of snow. Don't know if you can pick it out there. Gate open here. What's the rule? If the gate's open, leave it open. If the gate's closed, close it. This has been propped open by the farmer who's been feeding all these sheep. Look at all these here. Yeah, so that's that little outcrop I was on about. Yeah, it'd be lovely, but we're going to have to leave that because it's just farmland. I can imagine early doors the farmer will be up, so we're going to carry on up onto watches. The wind's actually picking up now. Now I can feel it. Like I say, this is a funny mountain because this valley here, the wind comes straight down that. We'll carry on up onto the top of watches, make a decision up there. I think it's probably a bit dark for choosing to go over there. With the wind the way it is, it's not due to pick up, but potentially might get a little bit gusty. Yeah, so the sun's setting now. Sunset is 20 past 4, and I think we're nearly 5 o'clock now. Yeah, so we're at 5 o'clock. There's two ways up here. There's one carrying along this little gully, but another way is up, I think the way I went last time, up by the wall. Just slightly more, I suppose, exposed, but we're going to be dipping out of the light here. So I'm going to go up round the right there. So we're getting darker and darker. So we're going to go straight up here. Look how moody these clouds look. Yeah, so I think we'll keep low. The good thing is if we can drop down, I know there's a place down by the river there, but it is quite high as well, the river. So we'll go up by this wall here. So we're just coming up from that wall down there, up onto here. Start looking for a place already. I think we might have a spot just right there. This is like 15 minutes up. We've got Ulloc Pike just there, and we've got this footpath that comes off. If you carry on down the ridge, this is kind of where it goes to. You have to climb back up again, or certainly around here somewhere. Here's all right, it's a little bit lumpy. Right, I think I'm going to have to get a head torch on, just have a little look around. I think I'll probably camp just here. So we're just getting a little bit of sun, a little bit of light. The wind is going that way, so we're going to pitch the tent, the door. That, I'm not sure whether it's that way or that. I think it's there. The trouble is when you have a few tents, you forget the configuration, and it's been a while since I've had the Enan out. But I think the door's there, so the wind will be blowing into the door, but when the door's closed, it's fine. 15 mile an hour, something like that. Okay, this is the drone we've got. You can hear a helicopter, so I'm going to keep my light down. So right, you can just hear that helicopter coming in. Right, so I'm going to keep my torch low because of that, really, because we've had people calling out mountain rescue because of some wild campers flashing lights about. Okay, right, I've got some string here that I might try. I've seen another setup where had the pegs, more things pegged out. Right, here we go. Let's just get this, make sure we've got the door the right way around first. Now, because this is a non-freestanding tent, it's always good to get some pegs in first. And what I do with this one is get the two ground pegs in. So I get the two ground sheet pegs in like that, and chuck a peg in there roughly, just to keep it stuck up a little bit. The other guy line pegged out. So there we are. I'm just keeping my light low. That's it. The tent is up already. Right, so I'm gonna get myself in the tent. Where are we at? Yeah, get myself in the tent and get organised. Right, well, I've got a big head torch just behind you there. so I can actually see what I'm doing. So tonight I'll be sleeping on the Nemo Tenza Extreme, which has got an R value rating of 8.4. So that's going to keep me off the ground, keep me warm. And then I've got the Sea to Summit. This is the Spark -9. Is it upside down? Oh no, it's the right way around. And that has got a comfort rating of 2. So it's not quite extreme, but to be honest, I've had this past -2, and it's been fine. That I'll be using this to prop myself up. The Thermarest Trekker chair. This is the 25. So that goes on your sleep mat, and it basically it's a little hammock for your sleeping mat, and it bends up. Don't know if I can show you on here. So your sleeping mat, it's quite hard to do, but your sleeping mat goes through here and through there, and then you've got these rods which are you can kink in the middle, so you can pull it up a bit like a deck chair. So that goes through that mat, and then when you want to sleep you just clip the 2 clips on the side and it flattens down. So I've also got my trusty Philo Elite pillow, and this is I've had this, I take this on every camp nearly. I've got the wide one, but to be honest, this is enough for me. It's got like a slight, just slight cushioning, but it's dead easy to blow up. I don't blow it all the way up, so I like a little bit of comfort, and it's not too noisy once you're lying on it. It's fine, and you've seen how small it packs as well. So that's my pillow. So that's my sort of sleep setup. Tonight is going to be about 2-3 degrees, so I'll just wear my trousers underneath. I have got the Nature Hike down pants. These are quite good when it gets really cold. And then I've also got my Arc'teryx Cerium jacket, which again is about 850 fill power. These are supposed to be, so that's supposed to be 850 fill power. It probably is, but it's got a lot less down per whatever it is, per kilogram, per that, if there's that much space, this thing has more down than that does. That thing packs down really well, but it doesn't puff out as much, even though it is still 850 fill power. So is it the grammage or something like that? So yeah, so I'm going to get this up. I'll bring you back and I'll show you once my stuff's all set up. I just thought I'd show you the this bag, this little kind of looks a bit like a whoopee cushion, and this is for blowing up the sleeping mat. It's got all the instructions on there, what to do, even how to fold it away with the mat as well. But all you do, it's got a little hole in the bottom. Make sure there's 2 ones. This is for letting it down. So just clip that in there. This is like a non-return valve, so once the air's in, it doesn't come out until you either push that little doobie what's it down or pull the whole thing out into there. There we go. And then all you do to blow all this up is open it up a little bit, come back from it, and just blow, and look how much air you get in it. And then squeeze it slowly, because sometimes this thing pops off if you pull it. Here's the wind. just do that. And slowly blow it up. So as you can see, the mat's blown up, and I've got my trekker chair on. It's hard to show you really, but this is all you do with the trekker chair. So I don't blow it up fully until I go to sleep, just because I'm bending this mat. So the Thermarest mats guarantee that it works with the mat, but obviously this is a Nemo, so I'm just being slightly more cautious with it. And then you just clip these in together, and that's the mat turned into a chair. Right, let's shift around. And that's it. Now I've got a comfortable chair, I can sit and chill, go on my phone, do whatever I want to do. Yeah, just chill out for the night now. Right, I'm going to turn that light down, it's super bright. Right, now it's time for lunch. I'm trying a different camera angle on this one. So we've got our MSR, not the pocket rocket, this is the tornado or whatever it's called. So this is the reactor, that's the one, reactor, MSR reactor. The thing that boils water in seconds faster than any other cook set. And for tea, we've got this is the Expedition Foods Chili con Carne. One of my tried and tested favourites. Right, let's get this on here. It's quite hard doing it over the camera. There we go. Nice flat base there, so quite good for cooking. Got the top of the tent open as well. I already know on this one that this thing needs 250 millilitres, but they've put a stamp on right where it should be. Fortunately, I already know. Okay, we've got a bit of wind. That's warming the tent up nicely. Get that on there. Something's cooking. Okay, let's get the lid on. Like I say, this is super quick in cooking in boiling water. Remove that thing. That's boiling quite good now. Now I need to get that poured in. Can't see the camera now. Get that poured into there. Let's do it this side, with the side of the spout. And it should be up to that line there. So we've got the bag made, or the food made. So that's going to take 5 minutes to rehydrate, and then we'll be back in a minute. Right, so while I'm waiting 5 minutes, I'm just going to shove that in my jacket just to keep a little bit warm. It's not too cold out there, but you know, every little helps. Right, so after 5 minutes, and it's feeling quite nicely cooked actually. We'll see what it's like. Actually, it looks pretty decent. Right, let's give this a go. It smells gorgeous. That's what it looks like. Lovely. Yeah, this is why I buy this stuff. Absolutely lovely. Right, I'm going to eat this and then I'm going to chill. See you later.